Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and in today's video I will be predicting the rest of the season with Squiggle. Cardman did this a couple hours ago and I thought it would be a good idea because it is pretty interesting and I thought that I would have a go myself. So without further ado, let's get straight on with the predictions. Alright, first game, Richmond and Gold Coast at the Gabba. Well, I reckon it's going to be a close one, but I reckon Richmond would have to win this one, you would think. Gold Coast have moved down to 13th on the ladder, but this game is tonight. I'm filming this at 6 o'clock on Monday, and this game is at 7:10, so that's on in about an hour. I reckon Richmond will have to win. I'm going to tip them by about 20 points, and that will keep Richmond at 6th position. But next up we have Carlton and Gold Coast, round 13, start of round 13. I reckon Gold Coast, but then again, Carlton coming off the win against Freo, which I'm not happy about, but can we tip a draw? No, we can't. Okay. I don't know. I reckon I might have to tip Gold Coast on this one. I'm going to tip Gold Coast by 10 points. I'm not going to be giving that much of an explanation on why I tipped this team, just because, as you can see, it says 2 out of 50 games tipped. So it'll take a while, seems though we have 50 games. But next up is Bulldogs and Melbourne. Melbourne in terrific form, but Bulldogs coming off a 10-goal win against Adelaide. I reckon we have to tip Melbourne. I'll tip them by, I reckon they'll get over the line by 21 points. Melbourne, I reckon they will make the finals this year. They've been going very well for the past couple of weeks. Hawthorn and Port Adelaide, Adelaide Oval, gotta tip Port Adelaide. Like, you just gotta tip Port Adelaide. Hawthorn are going so bad. I'll tip them, but then again, Port Adelaide lost to Geelong by a lot, but it's still at Port Adelaide's home ground, so I gotta tip Port Adelaide. I'll tip them by 22. Next, Essendon and Richmond. Wow, this is a big game for Essendon if they want to make finals. Essendon or Richmond? I gotta tip Richmond again. I'll tip them by 15 points, I reckon. Freo and Sydney. This is a must-need win for us. So most people are predicting that Freo will win by about 10 points. I reckon we can win. We're playing at Optus, and I reckon we can win against the Swans, but the Swans are going very good as well. I'm going to tip us in a close game. I'm going to say 5 points. And that keeps us at 14th position, so that's not too good. But Geelong and Adelaide, wow, Geelong are going to win. The biggest I can tip is 65 points, so I'll tip them by 65. And that moves Geelong up to 2nd. Brisbane, St Kilda, this is a good game, but it's a must-need win for the Saints. Actually, it's not really a must-need win, but it could be handy for the Saints to win it. Brisbane are travelling pretty well. They're in alright form. Saints coming off a big loss against, they're coming off a big win against Essendon. Essendon played horrible, but I've got to tip Brisbane. They're just, I don't know why, I just think they're in better form. 6 points, pretty close game. This one's going to be a flogging, I reckon. GWS is in shocking form. I reckon, I'm going to say 31 point win, for West Coast. Collingwood and North Melbourne. To be honest, I'm tempted to tip North Melbourne. Collingwood in horrible form. You know what? Screw it. Let's actually tip North Melbourne. Let's say 11-point win for the Kangas. And they move up to 15th. And the Hawks are now 17th. But Hawks and Essendon, Adelaide Oval. I reckon I got to tip Essendon because Hawthorn are just shocking. They're so bad. People are predicting that Hawks will win by 10 points, but I'm going to say Essendon to win by 10 points. Richmond and West Coast, this is a big game. This is going to be a very good game as well. I'm going to tip West Coast. Most people are tipping Richmond. I know Cardi tipped Richmond in his video, but I reckon we got to tip West Coast. They're just in very good form, and we're going to tip them by 16 points. Bulldogs and Geelong. Bulldogs are not in the greatest form, even though they did win against Adelaide by about 10 goals. I don't know if that shows anything though, because it's Adelaide. They're last, they haven't won a game. So I'm going to tip Geelong to win this one by about 39 points. And now it is Port Adelaide and Sydney. At Adelaide Oval. Port Adelaide's got to win this. I'm going to tip them by 23 points. I don't think it will be that big of a margin. Freo GWS, Optus Stadium. Jeez, most people predicting GWS by about 3 points. It's going to be a close game. It's going to be a much needed one for us as well. I don't think we will make the finals at this stage. Actually, we could. You never know, but I'm going to just tip us because why not? I want to see how close we can get us to the 8 if we win all of our games. I'll tip us by about 8 points. We did win against the Giants last year as well. Melbourne, St Kilda. Oh, this is going to be a good game. 6th versus 7th. I reckon the Saints will win it just. Next up, big game. Carlton, Collingwood. Most people predicting that Collingwood win it, but only just. Collingwood in bad form, Carlton in average form. We still got to tip Collingwood, sorry. I don't think Carlton will be able to win against Collingwood. It'll be a very close game. It'll be under 10 points. I'm going to say 9 points. Next up, Gold Coast, North Melbourne. I reckon North Melbourne... Oh, no, North Melbourne won't win. I reckon Gold Coast will win it. It won't be that big of a margin. I reckon Gold Coast will win it. Or North Melbourne came very close to Brisbane. They only lost by 1 point. But I reckon Gold Coast will be able to get over the line, so we'll tip them by about 18. Hawthorn and Adelaide. Hawthorn's got to win this. Surely they have to win this. Adelaide Oval, you know what? Let's tip Adelaide, why not? Let's tip them 17th v 18th. They've got to win one game, you'd think they've got to win one game. Next up, West Coast, Essendon. This is a big game. Essendon need to win this to pretty much have a chance at coming in top 8. But West Coast will win it. They're just too good. They're definitely premiership favourites as well as Geelong. I reckon Geelong are going very good as well. But I got to tip West Coast. West Coast will win it by about 30 points. Richmond Freo. Oh no, this isn't going to go good. This is not going to go good at all. We'll tip Freo by 11 points. That moves us up to 9th. If we win all of our games, it moves us up to 9th. Jeez, alright. Sydney, Melbourne will win 28 points. Just put it right there. It's just too easy. GWS, Carlton. Oh, that's a hard game. That's a very hard game to predict. Jeez. GWS and Carlton. Carlton, you don't know because GWS in shocking form. Carlton, I just don't think they'll be able to win. I'm going to tip GWS by 4 points. That moves them up to 9th on the ladder. Brisbane, Collingwood. Brisbane has to win this one. I reckon it could be a bit of a flogging. I'm going to tip them by 36 points. Then it is North and Port Adelaide. Port Adelaide will win this, 35 points. No questions asked. St Kilda, Hawthorn, Saints will win this by a pretty big margin. I'm going to say 43 points. Geelong, Essendon, I reckon Geelong will definitely win this one. You got to tip Geelong. Yeah, I reckon we'll pop it 36. That's where the average of people are predicting. Western Bulldogs and West Coast. The Wests, we're going to tip West Coast because they're in brilliant form. 38 points. Melbourne Freo, look, we're going to lose to be honest, but let's see what happens if we win it by 3 points. We'll be in the 8. So we still have a chance at finals. Come on. But I'm just wondering if we have a chance at finals. So we'll go back and we'll tip Melbourne by about 11 because I think they will win it. But Freo do have a chance at finals still. And next, GWS and Adelaide. Got to tip GWS. Not by much though. I'm going to tip them by 19 points. Next up, Carlton, Sydney. Carlton have got to win this one. Sydney are not doing that good, although they are actually doing alright in the second half of the season. But I reckon Carlton will still win it. Let's say 2 points, a close game. Brisbane and Gold Coast. Once again, I reckon Brisbane will just be too strong. 39 points. Actually, no, they won't win by 39 points. I'm going to say 18 points. St Kilda, West Coast. Oh, this is going to be a good game, I reckon, but West Coast will just be too strong. Once again, they're just too good. 13 points for West Coast. And look at that. They're on top of the table now, West Coast. I'm predicting they'll be top of the table. Geelong, Richmond. I reckon Geelong will be able to win this. I reckon they're just too strong as well. I'm going to tip them by about 12 points. Next up, Freo Kangas. We got to win this one. We have to win this one, you'd think. I'm going to say 28-point win to us. And look at that, Collingwood outside of the 8. Freo coming up to the 8 as well. Port Adelaide and Essendon. Ooh, Port Adelaide will win this. 23 points. and they're back on top of the table. Giants and Melbourne. I reckon I got to tip Melbourne once again. GWS not in that good a form, and they're still in the 8 from my predictions, but their percentage is 97, sorry. Don't know why I said 20. I reckon Melbourne will win this. I'm going to say 15 points. Next up, Carlton, Adelaide. Carlton will win this. No questions asked. Once again, 40 points. Bulldogs, Hawks. Bulldogs will win this by a fair bit. Actually, no, not that much. I'm going to say 25. Sydney, Brisbane. Brisbane will win this by about 20 points. Collingwood and Gold Coast. I'm going to tip the Suns for this one. Surprisingly, I'm going to say Suns by 7 points. And look at that, the Dockers are in the 8. Wow. And Gold Coast are up to 10th. Collingwood are down to 11th. And Adelaide, Richmond. Richmond will win this by about 61. Just a blowout game. Brisbane, Carlton. Brisbane will win this. Collingwood, Port Adelaide. Port will win this just 17 points. They're back on top of the table. Essendon, Melbourne. Okay, Melbourne will have to win this. I'm going to say 9-point win. Freo Bulldogs. I reckon we can actually win this. Wellington, I think, is Kazali's Stadium or whatever it is in Cairns. But yeah, I reckon this is going to be a good game to finish off the round, finish off the season, sorry, for Freo. I reckon Bulldogs will win it, but yeah, I reckon Bulldogs will win it. I have to give it to Bulldogs. They'll win by about 14 points. And we're out of the 8, so yeah, my predictions, I'm not predicting Freo to make the 8. But here we go, Hawthorn and Gold Coast, got to tip Gold Coast. Wow, a lot of people are tipping the Hawks. Got to tip Gold Coast by about 15 points, and they're in the 8. So, North Melbourne, West Coast will win this by about 52. West Coast up to 2nd. St Kilda, GWS, St Kilda will win this by about 24. Sydney, Geelong will win by 10 goals. And there we go. There are our predictions finished for the whole season. Here is how the ladder stands after my game predictions. But I'll go through it now with you. First, Port Adelaide. They've won 14, as well as West Coast and Brisbane. Geelong following just in the top 4. Melbourne in 5th position. Wow. St Kilda 6th. Richmond 7th. Gold Coast 8th. Well, I don't think that'll actually happen, but Freo 9th, I don't think that'll happen either. Hopefully it does, to be honest. GWS 10th, Bulldogs 11th, Collingwood 12th. Wow, that is not good. But I reckon they won't finish in the 8. Carlton 13th, Essendon 14th. Essendon have dropped down a fair bit. And Hawthorn 15th, that's I think where they are at the moment anyway. Sydney 16th, I think that's where they are at the moment, as well as North Melbourne and Adelaide. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. I hope you liked my predictions. Squiggle is very fun, so I suggest that you go have a go yourself and predict the rest of the season. Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video.